Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to my channel. It's Scatter Love Tarot with your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. Today we are going to do Who Are Your Real Friends? This was a channel message, so we'll go ahead and get into that and find out what's going on. If you're a returning viewer, subscriber, supporter, thank you so much for being here, for supporting this channel in this way. I'm just truly honored to be sharing this space and time with you. And if you are a new viewer or a new subscriber, welcome, welcome. This is a reminder that we are all here having this very human experience, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most authentic, aligned self. Also keeping in mind that because these are general readings, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all the links necessary below in the description box, where you can email me for a personal reading and I'll get you out further information from there. And you can also follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. And I do hope to see you there. And if you are interested, memberships are now up and running. They are live and good to go. Let's fly over here, okay, homie? It's warm, so they're back out and at it again. Persistent. Memberships, there are 3 options available. The 3 levels are Love Drops, Love Bloomers, and Love Drops, Love Blossoms, and Love Bloomers. And they all have building perks on them. So if you check out the join button down below where the subscribe button is or used to be, you can hit that and it will tell you what options are available for each level. And I hope that you find one that works for you. So with that, let's go ahead and get into your prayer. And we'll move into your reading. 2:22 on the clock. My beloved sources, prayers for any and all who come onto this video. May you bless them with inner love and inner understanding, and helping us to raise our vibration into your unconditional love. Knowing that this is a lifelong journey, that we come seeking for this love, that never truly are we ever going to be fully aligned with it, but it is something that we can forever practice. And finding hope and comfort in this knowledge, and finding understanding and truth and acceptance in this knowledge, that we get to practice this, and we get to, even if we mess up, or even if we find ourselves in a lower vibration, or even if we find ourselves in a place of resistance, that's okay, because that's exactly how we were made. That's just a part of the process for us to accept and try again. I keep hearing that saying right now, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And Source, I ask that you help us all truly embrace this idea. And knowing that we are perfect as our imperfect selves. May you hold us and love us, care for us and keep us. As these words are spoken unto this space and onto this reading, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Asay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. All right, let me go ahead and get that out of the way. All right. And we're going to go ahead and use the Bird Messages deck that I have today. Before I get started, this is very interesting. I was unpacking my Oracle decks, and I'm using my Tarot deck today, and I did not do this on purpose. I literally just shuffle when I get done with my readings. I pack up everything and I put it away. And I'm one of those ones, I don't leave my cards out because I don't have the space to leave my cards out. So I have on this deck the 44 card, which is Jackal and the Truth. I had on this deck the Panther Spirit, Reclaim Your Power, which is also 44. And I haven't pulled out this deck in a long time, the Tarot, right, this one here. And I happened to flip it over, and on the bottom was the 4 of Coins. How incredibly synchronistic is that? And I wasn't going to say anything, but they're like, nope, you need to point this out on this reading. And so here I am pointing it out. We've got 5 4s across the board. You might see 44 a lot or 444 a lot, which definitely is talking about protection. I know this is definitely a number that follows me everywhere I go. So it's very synchronistic for myself as well. And that's why I wasn't going to show it, because I thought maybe this is just for me. But no, they wanted me to show it to you as well. So let me give these a few shuffles here. And we'll go ahead and draw for you. All right, Source. So for pile number 1, what bird message oracle card will help us understand who is pile 1's real friends? Okay, thank you. And for pile number 2, Source, what bird message oracle card will help us better understand who is pile number 2's real friends? Whoa, okay, they want this one here. All right. Source for pile number 3, which bird message oracle card will help us better understand who is pile number 3's real friends? Okay. Thank you, Source. We have Dodo on the bottom with tread lightly on earth. Remembering no matter what's going on around us, that we can come from this space of love and acceptance of everyone as they are, which is much easier said than done, right? It absolutely is. I will 100% agree with that, that oftentimes we are in a space of, it is true resistance when we're coming from a space of having to feel like we have to defend ourselves, right? Anytime we're triggered or feeling like we're having to defend ourselves, that's a space for us to grow. And it happens all the time in your whole life. So tread lightly. Why? Because the lessons are everywhere if we allow ourselves to open up to that potential. So for pile number 1, I do have this beautiful green aventurine for you to choose from. For pile number 2, we have this beautiful piece of crystal quartz. And for pile number 3, we have this beautiful piece of blue agate. Okay, so pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Whichever one you are drawn to, that should be the pile for you, and I will see you over on your chosen pile. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of green aventurine, or if you were drawn to this card during this shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on who are your real friends. Keeping in mind these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave what does not. Knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you will find all the links below necessary to do so in the description box, where you can email me for a personal reading. I'll get you out further information from there. You may also follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. And I do hope to see you there. And if you are interested in supporting this channel further and becoming a member, I would love to have you. You can check out the join button down below, which is next to the subscribe button, or where the subscribe button used to be. If you click on that, it will show you the levels available, as well as the different options available for each level. We currently have Love Drops, Love Blossoms, and Love Bloomers, okay? So that being said, let's go ahead and get into it and see what comes through. Source, can you tell us more about who is pile number 1's true friends? Who are they, Source? for pile number one's true friends? Can you give us kind of an overall energy here of who are pile number one's true friends, source? Okay, so we've got the first house, Mercury and Libra. So I love that Libra did make an appearance here. At least one of Libra's energies, because it definitely does. Wow, I did not realize how close that was today. I have a little bit different setup, but we will get with it. You are not going to be skimping out on being able to see these guys. That is for sure. Okay, because we are talking about those relationships, right? All right, there we go. So the friends that are your real friends are those that do have a very strong identity of themselves. Not the ones that are trying to wear masks. Not those that are trying to blend in with the crowd. These are individuals who are very open to love, to receiving love, to giving love, to being a part of the group, the gang, however it is that you like to say it, the crew. These are ones that are very independent, okay? Your truth friends are independent, right? They're very much taking care of themselves. They're all about their individuality, how they view the world, their approach to life. They're all about that. They're fair, right? They're considerate. They're charming and peaceful, easygoing, passive aggressive. I don't know why that's standing out right now. It's passive aggressive. So I feel like here's the message here. It came through. I wasn't even realizing it until it came out. I was like, oh, here we go. I feel like you've dealt with a lot of passive aggressive people in your life, and that's why it's coming through. And so that's something that's been on your mind. And I feel like maybe you were in that energy, like, yeah, all those people that are like that are just passive aggressive. Like, they're going to come at me from underneath the table, or they're going to come at me sideways. And I feel like Source is saying, like, this is like your true soul family here that we're talking about for some reason, but we will get some more information from the cards. So you may be dealing with someone who's like this, who's passive aggressive, but we'll find out some more. I'm not sure. That was interesting. These are going to be people who are seen as beautiful, intelligent, friendly, harmonious, artistic, very open to communication. We do have Mercury here, which can point towards gossip, right? But they're very intelligent. They may speak multiple languages. They may love writing. They may love learning. They may love opening themselves up to new experiences. These are some people that you may have known from childhood. People you've known for a long time. So hold on just a second. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this over here. Let's get some tarot on it, because I'm curious to see why that came through and why we are bringing up energy of gossip. There may be a message in here for you, but we'll definitely see what comes through. So, Source, can you please tell us who are pile number one's true friends? Who are their real friends, Source? Pile number one's real friends here. Oh, the cards are like all crazy right now. Yeah, the energy. Can I have like a really heavy energy over my heart right now? It's almost like you don't believe that you have any real friends, pile one. Sorry if you feel that way. I feel like sometimes we have to go through situations that teach us what we want in life instead of just putting up with what we put up with for so long, right? Learning how to re-network, how to bring in different individuals into our lives, learning how to reconnect with people and find interest again and presence with others. Who are pile number one's real friend, Source? And knowing that while people could potentially hold secrets from us, not everybody is trying to hurt us. But if we're constantly coming from this energy of others trying to hurt us, that we'll continue to draw that in. That's the magnetism, right? One of the highest forms of magnetic energy is our feelings. Our feelings bring to us, whether we want it or we don't want it, our feelings are what are manifesting in our lives, right? And so if we're in a state of judgment, not knowingly, even unconsciously, if we're judging others, right? If we're trying to put others in this box that we don't even know that they fit into, then we're going to be manifesting more of that into our lives. And so it's up to us to really heal that portion of judgment within us, because if you're judging yourself, chances are that's going to manifest in needing to judge others, right? And that's really what it is. It's about coming back into self and understanding self here. So source, who are pile number one's true friends? Thank you. Who are pile number one's true friends, source? What messages can you give us? Thank you. Who are pile number one's true friends, source? Thank you. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we do have the Seven of Wands in the upright. Yeah, so you are going to persevere, okay? Let's just see what comes through here. Let's see. We've got the Ten of Coins in the reverse. Ooh, yeah, we've got the... Okay. We've got the Pope reverse. We have Judgment and the Magician in the reverse here. I don't know if I can move this up high enough to where you can see that. Okay. Yeah, and setting boundaries. Like we have 777. And the Knight of Swords is always about being our own hero. But this talks about what I was talking about. This is referencing that. You're going to persevere through this, and you're going to learn to set solid boundaries, and unconditional love. We talk about that a lot. Unconditional love is coming from a space of accepting people as they are. But if someone is toxic for us, unconditional love does not mean that we have to go back into the snake pit, as it were, right? And it's saying that, okay, I understand that that's toxic for me and that's going to harm me. And so I'm going to find a way to rise above that, right? So who are your true friends here? I'm just going to be honest with you. These are going to be people who've had lives parallel to yours. These are going to be people who have healed from a deep imbalance of inviting in those that didn't know where they wanted to go, those that had a problem with their journey, those that had a huge issue with them as people, and others that have, cheated them. And they were like not clear on how they wanted to go forward with them, right? These are people who've been judged by the system, people who have seen the system and let it play out in their life, and they've been super judged by it and found that, they were oppressed by it, or that they went through a lot of hypocrisy, or they went through a lot of discrimination. And this could be even someone who's divorced from a toxic individual, okay? This is very masculine energy here with both the Pope and the Magician. So this could actually be a divine feminine coming in, because the masculine energies are in the reverse. When we have the Ten of Coins in the reverse, it's someone who a lot of people are saying about them that they have received funds unfairly. So if they went through a divorce and they got a settlement from the divorce, or they got restitution, or they got, I don't remember everything the way that they call it, but it's like when the wife gets money, or even when the husband gets money from the spouse, and it's like people are like, oh, well, they don't deserve that money, but that's just like it, and they'll do it for like, you have to pay this person for half as many years as you were married. This is someone who's been married for a while, and a lot of people don't think that they deserve that money. That's who your true friend is. Someone who has more, someone that's seen as having more than others. Someone that others are like, oh, again, and getting that, like, just a huge judgment, like, and that's why judgment was coming through with the passive aggressive. It came through so strong at first. Like, it was just very intriguing, right? This is something that you have overcome, or this is something that they have overcome. So maybe this is someone that you may have judged harshly at first, but then began to get closer to after, a period of time or seeing them more often. Okay, but I do feel like this is someone who's healing from family relationships. And this is someone who may even be in a very, very deep therapy journey. Like they're going to a therapist 3 or 4 times a week to help heal from this type of energy that's been surrounding them. And what they're saying here is this person has overcome. This person set solid boundaries now. This person has saved themselves here. This person has become their own hero on their journey. This is who your true friend is. So if you know who I'm talking about, this seems very specific. This is a very specific message. But this is someone who's been through it. And that's why I was feeling like that message that came through at the beginning about healing ourselves from judgments, right? And recognizing that if we're judging ourselves, we are going to judge others harshly, whether we want to or not, instead of allowing the thing to play out as it is. And in this situation, this person had to leave because their safety was more important to them than the idea of the marriage. So this could be a Taurus, this could be a Gemini, a Virgo, this could be a Scorpio, this could be a Libra, this could be a Leo, this could be an Aquarius. Those are the signs I'm getting. Or they could have 7th house in any one of those. I am getting 7th house though in Scorpio. So let's get some clarifiers on it real quick and see if we can kind of just paint a clearer picture about who this person is. Because it does feel like this is one person, okay? But maybe there'll be another energy that comes in. I do feel like you just have a very small group of friends. Okay, thank you. Who are pile number 1's true friends, source? Okay, thank you. Who are pile number 1's true friends? Oh, that was flying. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have, look, the 10 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, someone who fell from grace. Someone who fell from their happiness. Look, and this is a wedding picture, right? Look at this. This is a wedding. So again, this is confirmation. Someone who's divorced. Someone who is broken up with someone who they could have been considered, common law marriage. If you have that. Right? They weren't able to move forward with that connection. Let's put this over here. We have the 5 of Cups here. Look at this image. Right, the 5 of Cups is all about networking in the Tarot Marseille. It really talks about connecting with others. We have the 9 of Coins, breaking free from illusions. And we have the 3 of Swords in the reverse, which is talking about feeling like you've taken 1 step forward, but 3 steps back. This is someone who feels like starting over again could potentially be even worse than having saved themselves from a horrible decision of staying with a person that didn't care about them. It's like they feel like no matter what they do, it was a hard decision, right? There's consequences if I stay, there's consequences if I go. Is not something that they would have liked to do, but at the same time they know that they couldn't have stayed in this situation. If something was made very clear to this person, and now they're in this place of having more than a lot of people would have. It was 1616 on the clock, right? So they're having this more, whatever it is, money, material things, like maybe they got the house. I mean, it could be that they have all these things that they actually didn't really want, but it was just a part of this process of divorce. And now they're enjoying these things, but at the same time, there's still like a heavy heart to having those, you know, like when you have all the memories that you had with this person. So if they have the house, they have all the memories that happened with this person, and it's just like heavy. Like I see this person sitting down with a bottle of wine, a bottle of whiskey, and just when everybody's gone and it's just them, they're drinking. And it's not like they have an alcohol problem. It's just that they drink because they're sad. And you can be like, well, that's an alcohol problem. Well, no, sometimes it's just because the situation we're in is so stressful that we need something to relax us. And it's like, I'm not someone who's going to advocate always going and drinking, but at the same time, it's like, this is just an energy that's coming in. It's like, they try to do as much as they can, whether that's with you or with work. It might be that this person is constantly working overtime. This is who your true friend is. And I feel like this person, like you see here, she's inviting friends in, right? It's like, so maybe just a group of 3 of you that are really close, but I feel like this reading is actually just about one person in general. Maybe that you've been wondering about, are they really my true friend? And the reason that you haven't really maybe been able to put your finger on whether yes or no is because they're in the process of healing their broken heart. And all that sadness, it's almost like it weighs on you too when you go over there. And it's not to say stop going over there. That's not what it is. It's just to say that like this person went through it a lot, and they just are trying to find the best ways to cope with that. But they appreciate you being in their life. Like they appreciate you being there and showing up for them and putting forth the effort with them. And they do the best that they can. And sometimes it's just they don't have anything to give. This person is really working on building a different perspective about themselves, about where they play a role in life now, because before it feels like they had it set when they were in this 10 of Cups energy at one point. It was all set for them, but then when that went to mayhem, now they don't have any idea of what it is that their role is in life. And so there's a lot of judgments that they have to kind of ward off on themselves. Whether that's them judging themselves because they got so much in. I keep hearing settlement. So I do feel like this is a settlement here. So we have, yeah, look, wolf instinct. This is the mountain that they've had to climb to find a connection with their inner intuition, their inner voice. So we have lightning with power here. It's like realizing this duality. I feel like they got cheated on, or I feel like they were... Like, it feels like whatever happened to create this situation in their life, it was a very dirty situation. Like, it was either a cheating situation, or someone just dropped the bomb one day, or someone just packed a bag and moved out and said nothing. Like, it feels like something like that. And when I say dirty, it's just because that's how this person really feels. And they're really trying to understand that this process has happened to them because this is life. But at the same time, it's like they're stuck in... It feels like they're stuck here in this surf, just getting bashed about. And it's like when you come over, it gives them something to look forward to. And it gives them something to really be like, okay, you know, pile 1 is here. Like, I'm glad pile 1 is here. I'm glad that they're giving me their energy. Like, I'm glad that I can focus on something other than what it is that I've been through. Yeah, you help keep them grounded. They're just really... It's just a really sad energy. It's just a really unfortunate energy, you know? Just when you go through something like that, it's hard not to be sad. It's hard not to be consumed by it, right? And they're learning from the past. Like, we have number 25, which is 7 in numerology. Elephant spirit, learning from the past. And we have number 7 with armadillo here, groundedness. So 7 and 7 here. It's like they knew they had to change what it was that they were doing so they could bring in the luck that they wanted. But that didn't make that, like, that doesn't make it easy, right? It's simple. The idea behind it, of course, it's simple, but that doesn't necessarily make it easy. We have house 6. They're learning how to reestablish a foundation, take care of their health, really focus on these small little practical details, their daily life, and the routines that come with that. This is who your true friend is. They are a true friend. Just because sometimes they might seem disconnected, it's not because they don't care. It's not. It's just that when they're in those moments of being disconnected, they're really trying to get to another place. Like they're trying to heal within themselves, come up from this craziness. We have Azure here with your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. I feel like this is just a message from the angels saying, like, don't force this person to come and give you every ounce of their energy. Don't force them into anything that they're not ready to do yet. Like, they'll come when they're ready. Right? Look, Archangel Gabriel, you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. And so we did have communication here in the arts with the Libra energy and the Mercury energy. And so there's something about you helping them gather courage to see beauty in the world once again. I do want to, for you, pile 1, I want to grab one of the shadow aspects that's coming through here, because when we attract people into our lives, even our truest to true friends, they're still going to bring something with them that's going to help us heal, whether that's to gain courage, to gain refuge, to gain understanding, whatever it is, we're still learning something from them, right? So may I please have a shadow aspect for this reading? Flipped over, the dark side. Your dark side keeps you from enjoying the love you have. Don't let it steal from you. Okay, so this is them mirroring something that you went through in the past. 23:32 on the clock when I'm saying that. That's insane. Okay, so this is them mirroring something that you went through yourself. This is the dark side of the moon, right? Okay, Pink Floyd, let's get with it. But we're also talking about the dark night of the soul, that energy that puts us into the depths of our being and we don't know how to get out. And so right now they're really trying not to let it steal from them. But at the same time, there's still moments when they can't help it. Yeah, they're relearning how to invite in their power. Didn't I say that? Look, we have power from 2 different decks. Lightning and power, deer and power. You see that? Number 11, this very spiritual number. Like, they understand the spiritual process. They do. This is someone who gets, and they understand where they're at and everything, but this is also not someone who's going to share every aspect of what it is that they're going through, because they're so used to doing things alone. Like, I keep hearing, I'll just go it alone. And it's like they don't necessarily know how to ask for help, okay? So just being there sometimes will be the best thing that you can do for them. Claim your independence with number 13. And we had that. This is a very independent person. They're very independent, right? That's why they don't know how to ask for help, because this person had to learn how to be independent after going through this type of energy. Healing from people who just constantly took for them. You know, when you're in that position, dealing with people like that, eventually you kind of get it in your head. It's like, well, if this is how people are going to be, then I'll just continue to rely on myself no matter what happens. And right now they're in this transitional period where they're learning how to invite you in and maybe share some things with you, but they don't have the courage just yet. Like, it's like they're working up the courage. We have Libra here. So this could be a Libra in your life. Consideration, fairness, and harmony. Yeah, this is someone who's extremely fair. Like, they see all areas of the situation at hand. Like, they're not just going to jump to conclusions about somebody or something, because they do see all sides of the situation. They've been through it. They've done it. They've experienced it. And through that, they know that it's not worth just jumping in for no good reason to judge a person and where they're at. And so that's why that judgment was coming through. It's like, it feels like this person has been through the kind of judgments that you yourself have been through, pile 1. And that's why they appreciate you so much, even if they're not sharing every minute of their day with you, or even if they're not even texting you all the time or contacting you all the time. It doesn't mean that they don't care. They absolutely do. They're just trying to figure out what their place is right now. Okay, so let's take a look at your bird message and see what we have here. Look, Penguins, emperor penguins, small steps lead to profound metamorphosis. Yeah, so they're taking small steps. They're definitely in this period of understanding that inviting somebody in can actually be beneficial to them, but there also has to be that place where they see the benefits of it as well, right? Because they've had a broken heart too many times. This is someone who keeps a lot of people at arm's length, because it's almost like when they get to know someone, when they get to see them, or they get to like being closer to them, then that person shows their true colors and shows that they're someone who's their actual enemy, or shows them someone who's actual judgmental to them. Okay? So let's see what this card says in the book. It says, Penguin once flew through blue Antarctic skies and skimmed over southern oceans, diving beneath their waters to feast on fish. As hundreds of thousands of years went by, Penguin swam more and flew less. Finally, her wings became flippers, and she exchanged the light, hollow bones of flight for those that were dense and solid, and her feathers, now anointed with oil, became short and stiff with a downy undercoat. As your guide, Penguin counsels that change, no matter how radical, is always possible. We cannot become new people overnight, but if we accept that change takes time and believe in our hearts that the cumulative effect of hundreds of tiny changes is in the end monumental, we can eventually do anything. Penguin exchanged the wonder of aerial flight for an incomparable mastery of the seas. Like Penguin, you too can metamorphose. You just need to take that first small step. And this is what they're going through. This is someone who's definitely in the process of transforming their lives. It's just they're really drawing back right now because I feel like they have to put so much energy into healing. They just don't really have a lot to pass out elsewhere, okay? But this is who your true friend is, okay? Like, I know we said friends. Who are your real friends? We're looking at that, but I feel like with this person and with you, Pile One, neither one of you have a huge armory of friends to choose from. Like, it's a very small group of individuals that you care about, okay? So this is what I see for you. If you feel like this is your reading, leave a lightning bolt down below and say, I encourage those that I love deeply to always embrace their power, so Source knows that you're ready to receive the love that this person has to give. And leave me a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second to thank your guide, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, Pile number one, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of crystal quartz, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be a reading on who are your real friends. First and foremost, these are general readings, so please keep that in mind as we move forward, and knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box below. You will find all the links necessary to do so, where you can email me for personal reading, and I'll get you out in further information from there. You may also follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly, and I do hope to see you there. Also, memberships are now live, so if you check out the join button down below, which is next to the subscribe button, or where the subscribe button used to be, you can click on that and it will go over the 3 levels available, which is Love Drop, Love Bloom, or Love Blossoms, and Love Bloomers, and it will talk about the available options for each of those levels. I hope you find one that works out for you. I'd love to have you over on the memberships, but with that being said, let us go ahead and get into our reading and find out who are Pile number two's real friends. Source, can you give us an overall energy of what's coming through? Who are Pile number two's real friends? Who are Pile number two's real friends? Okay, so we've got 7th house, Pisces, and Jupiter. Okay, and 7th house does talk about our friends, right? Our profound, intimate relationships, our business relationships, our love connections. My apologies. Let me move this over. We're really close today, so hang with me. I'm trying something a little bit different. I'm always trying something new. Who knows? Who knows what's coming next? All right, so let's get these set up here. At least I know you can see them. Yeah, so we have this energy coming through here of some very intuitive energy, right? People who are lucky too, with Jupiter coming through. So who are your real friends? These are people who are lucky. They get what they ask for. They're able to manifest what it is that they want within life. These are someone that definitely could be a romantic relationship as well. It doesn't have to be, but it could absolutely be, okay? Of course, you want to be friends with your romantic partners, right? They definitely are people who see you as their equal. Like, they're like, oh, look at pile 2. Like, that's our equal. We want them in our lives because we know that we're going to connect and we're going to be able to do the things that we need to. They're dreamy and mystical, very intuitive, very spiritual and compassionate, very sensitive. Sometimes they tend towards escapism, so they might have their little outlets that they go to and they disappear for a while. Excuse me. They're very psychic and introspective. You might notice that they listen to a lot of music. Our music revolves a lot around the things that they do in their lives. And also, they are very much in this place of being charitable to you, to others, to the people that they care about. They've absolutely had a lot of growth. They're very optimistic and understanding. They're very settled in their finances. They travel a lot. They're very happy. They may go to foreign countries. They're very much in this place of honor. They like their morality. They keep their morality. They have good humor and goodwill. Again, this idea about being very charitable to others, okay? That's who your real friends are. So let's find a little bit more, because it's kind of like general energy that's coming in, but let's see if we can find a little bit more specific energy to come through here. Okay. All right, source. So for pile number 2, yeah, there's 3. It feels like there's 3 energies coming through. Right before we even get started, that came through really loud. Who are pile number 2's real friends? Who are pile number 2's real friends? Yeah, very abundant people. Overall, like, you're surrounding yourself with very positive people. You're working to surround yourself with some very positive energies. Who are pile number 2's real friends, source? Who are pile number 2's real friends? Okay, thank you. Who are pile number 2's real friends here, source? Okay, so we do have someone that's very honest and very forthcoming and forthright. And we also have someone who is very financially set. Let's see what else comes through. Who are pile number 2's real friends, source? Okay, thank you. Who are pile number 2's real friends, source? Oh, okay. Thank you. That was quick. I'll take it. Yeah, people that you're on the path to a positive outcome with. Definitely, this could be a work crew, a lifelong crew. Whoever it is, though, they definitely got your back. Let's see what we got coming out here. Okay. We have the Fool reversed. Ooh, we have the 10 of Cups reversed. And we have the Ace of Swords reversed. Don't worry about the reverse cards. Okay. Yeah, and the 4 of Cups reversed. There's that Jupiter energy again. Wow, look at all these reversals. What is going on? Okay. So here's the thing. I feel like you all went through it. It's kind of like you might be from one of the other piles, I'm just going to say. But that's all right. So I feel like one person didn't have any direction in their life for a long time. Like, they didn't know where they wanted to go. They didn't know what they wanted to do. They didn't know what they what they really wanted from life. And something in them changed, and they began to take that journey, and now they're very much in this place of seeing themselves as trying their best to take the opportunities that are available to them. Okay? There's another person here who has been emotionally involved with either a person or with a group of people, and they were outcast. But no matter what, they still showed up. I'm hearing family. Yeah, I'm hearing family. Okay. And they were outcast because of what they chose in their life. So this could be someone that's from a very religious background, an extremely religious background, and they got disowned because maybe they were more spiritual. And their family didn't understand that. And so now they're just kind of like looking for their chosen family, right? It's like, I don't belong at home, so I need to find someone that I belong with. But they gave a lot of energy to those people who threw them out and who really were not kind to them. And then the third person is someone who it feels like was in a place of just like surrendering. It's more like resigning. They've resigned to their fate, that this was just how things were. Life was never going to get better. Things were never going to work out. And I'm always going to be indecisive, but completely unclear about what it is that I want. And as much as I want to change that, like, I just don't know how, because no one around me knows how to change their own indecisiveness. And it's like they were surrounded by negative people, being unproductive, misconceptions of themselves, self-defeat, and maybe even being clarified or declared as having a mental illness is coming through here. But something changed. Something changed, and they decided that they could become what it is that they wanted to if they just put in the effort. And with the Two of Swords here in the upright at the bottom of the deck, right? Usually when it's in the reverse, we have it in the reverse here. You know, how can you tell? I just know these cards so well. When it's in the reverse, we're talking about you've outgrown a situation. You've come and you no longer need to be in it. But when it's in the upright, we're talking about being on a very positive path to a positive outcome. And so together, it's almost like you have these three friends, or you're about to run into them. Or it's like, I heard cherry picking. Okay, that's an interesting way to put it. You're going to be picking out your friends as you go along, but these are going to be your true friends. Like, you're going to notice these pathways that they've walked on. They stumbled, and then they picked themselves up, and they had to move on with their lives without any guidance. They figured it out on their own, and I feel like that's kind of exactly what you're doing. Like, when we get our soul family, when we get our true friends in our lives, our chosen family is what I like to call it. A lot of times their journey has mirrored ours. Even if they've gone through completely different circumstances than we have, their journey mirrors ours, right? And the reason that is because we will help each other find more about our shadow that way. Because they'll be affecting one part of their shadow a different way than what you would have been doing. And so that helps us to, it's kind of like a triggering, but in a not so intense way. So let's get these clarifiers out. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Yeah. Dealing with conceited people, dealing with hardships like the Lovers in the reverse, dealing with cheats and liars and people who stole, with the Three of Wands in the reverse, not feeling like they had anywhere to go. And then finally, it's like here you have the Three of Coins, which talks about building connections, right? Finding stability within those connections. But it took time. And I love this imagery, like how he's building doors, right? He's building doors, like having to go through every door possible and realizing this wasn't the right one for me until you find the right one. let's see what we got here. We've got Judgment in the reverse. Clarifying. The Fool in reverse. Yeah, this is something they didn't want to heal from. Like, I feel like this is overall something that everyone fought and resisted here for a time until basically Source came in and said, look, we got to go. We got to overcome this. We can't be doing this no more. Like, you need to answer the call. And, you know, it's like they said, many are called, but only a few are chosen. And it's like this unpleasant realization that if I don't grow up or if I don't do what I need to do, then, you know, people are going to see me in a way that I never wanted people to see me. And having like your dirty laundry aired is what I'm hearing right now. That's interesting. Let's see what else comes through. So many reversals here. Y'all have been through it. It's like, and this is that energy of not having that equal give and take, like somebody who's really greedy about your energy. So I do feel like this person was at one time in a family situationship that they were giving their all. Like, look at this basket of gifts here. It's almost like they set the basket of gifts there and then they ran away, and it's like, here, I'm going to give you all this stuff so that you can appreciate me. But then when they took the gifts, they were just greedy about it. Like, oh, they'll bring more. And they did. They brought more. And it just turned into this vicious cycle where they just like, I want what you can give me, not who you are. Like, I don't care about who you are. I just want what you can give me. It was saying like, it feels like they were maybe like a very religious family. And this could all be one person, but it does feel like three separate energies to me. And then we have the Page of Swords here in the reverse, which with the Ace of Swords here, it's just that energy again, not wanting to realize. Having difficulties coming to terms with. It's like all of these energies had huge, so it's like Source clarifying with these cards, like had difficulty coming to terms with the fact that they were being called to their journey. You know, I feel like that's something that we all struggle with. It's like we're being called, but it's like we don't want to change the way that we believe or the way that we see things because, oh my gosh, that's uprooting everything that I am. Like, to see a different perspective, to see another place of love, to see unconditional love when my whole life I've been treated with conditional love. Oh, people only love me if or when. And it's like, that's exactly what it feels like with this Ace of Swords. There's just this misguided energy coming through here saying like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to come to the realization of what I need to, but something happened here for the Two of Swords to come out in the upright in the bottom. So whether that's you all met each other along the path and that kind of helped force you into this guided journey, or it was like together you saw your differences and you saw your similarities and together you said, let's do this, let's overcome this, we can do it together. Well, whatever's going on, it's like each of you are healing on your own and then healing even more when you come together. And these are your true friends. These are ones that like, you know their backstory, they know your backstory. Yeah, and my right ear is ringing here, and so they say good things about you all the time. You say good things about them. If it was my left ear, it would have been gossip. But no, it was my right ear was ringing. Very high-pitched ringing, too, showing that it's a spiritual growth. Like, this was destined for all of you to come together. Come together right now over me. Right? So it's like you guys were all destined to come together so that you could grow and become who you're meant to be. Let's see. Let's get some oracles on it and see what comes through here for you. Yeah, you all are helping each other clear out your karmic cycles to manifest abundance. Thank you. Helping each other focus. It's like they help you focus and you help them focus. It's like none of you judge each other for who you choose to be. It's like that's what you all love about each other the most. is who you are. It's like, I never want to change pile 2. And you're like, I never want to change them. And it's something that really helps you guys stay in stride with one another. Yeah. And you all feel very responsible for each other. It's like no one's ever taken responsibility for us in our lives. And so let's take responsibility for each other. And you do. And together you paint your existence. Sing your own song. We have number 12 up here too, talking about your perspectives, right? Your perspectives have changed. And didn't I say that music is a very important part of somebody's energy here? That could be the person who was in that religious energy that I was talking about here. But it's like, this could be somebody that, or you all came together through music. Maybe you started a band together. Okay. Tend to the small things. Number 40. Mouse spirit. Yeah, it's like together you guys are healing the smallest things that are actually setting off the biggest triggers. But you're doing it together. Like together we are stronger. Uranus. Radical change. Radically changing. Together you're radically changing each other. I think they want one more of these. Whoa, okay. So we had the 8th house flip over here. Transformation, karma, facing fears and legacies. And I say you're all helping each other clear out karmas. Here's that clarification. And then beneath that, what flipped out was house 7, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. So this is that clarification. We are talking about these connections here. It does feel plural. Okay, let's grab an angel oracle here and see what comes through. Okay, thank you, Source. And I guess we're going to go ahead and get one. I wasn't going to do it, but they want it. So let's get a shadow aspect one, please, for this reading. Thank you. Look at what's on the bottom. Lost. You feel like you've been abandoned, but there's a deeper connection coming. This is something you all share in common, is that fear of abandonment. And that's why you will never abandon each other. Or it's something that you might trigger within each other, but to help heal even deeply. I actually don't remember which way they go. I think it goes like that. Instinct. Yeah, this is a very intuitive, like these are, you all are listening to your intuition when it comes to these connections. Like you are intuitively drawn to each other. Like, you know, they say the lone wolf here, but wolves also travel in packs. And I don't actually bring that up very often when we talk about the wolf card here, but it came through very clearly when I saw this card that it's like there's something about you guys having your own little wolf pack. It's just like a group of 4 of you. It's a very stable group. It's very foundational, and you guys each hold up your part of the corners together, and so it makes it a very solid relationship. And even if someone were to leave, it's still solid. But I don't think that someone is. Excuse me. Yeah, fierceness with Wolverine, number 5 here. Like it's something that you were guided together by your spirit guides. It's like you all are a force to be reckoned with. You, when the 4 of you are together, like there's nothing stopping you. And it could be less. It could be less. I'm just going with the energy that I'm feeling. It definitely feels like 4. Knowing your worth with 54 here. So number 9. Yeah, you all had to close out that cycle of not feeling good enough and not feeling worthy enough. And it's like together you all share with each other. You're so worthy of that. You're so worthy of it. Like you're very high vibrational individuals. We have Athena. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. Yeah, so you're definitely sharing in this power together. Helping each other feel good. Helping each other grow. Let's see what the shadow aspect is that's brought all of you guys together. Hard. Things are just difficult now and you need space to sort out your feelings to know what to do. And I feel like you all help each other do that. You all see the diamond in the rough that you are. Okay, so let's take a look at your bird message card and see what it says. We have Flamingo, nourish your soul and you will survive harsh circumstances. Hard. And that's the stories that they were giving me. They're all very difficult stories, very lonely, very hard stories to go through. And so together you're all going through something difficult so that you can help each other out, right? So Flamingo says, Flaming Flamingo lives on Africa's baking volcanoes, salt lakes, or baking volcanic salt lakes, which in summer's hostile heat becomes caustic white curds. But what is harsh for one is mana for another, and here shrimp proliferates wildly, providing Flamingo with abundant food and the flashing pink pigment of her feathers. If Flamingo has landed in your cards, she's counseling that no matter how appalling circumstances seem, no matter how devastating a tragedy, you, like her, will endure and in that time flourish. Flamingo cannot banish the burning salts, nor bid the sun flame less fiercely, but Flamingo survived and now offers you her blazing strength. Do not look to the consolations to be found in glittering shop windows, for they will fade. Be as ephemeral as the intense color of her feathers when ripped from her living flesh. Look instead to nourish your spirit and your soul. Yeah, it's like you're in this place right now where you all are nourishing each other. Maybe without even realizing it. You all went through some very harsh situations, but now you're all together. Look at these and the 4 birds flying in the sky. Again, this connection to 4. You know, it's weird. I just now was brought back to it. If you didn't watch the intro, you should watch the intro, because I was talking about some synchronicities that came up even before I started this reading. And the number 4 came out so wild it was wild how it came out, and I talked about it. It's right before I do the shuffle for these. And if you haven't, you might want to check that out. But you all have gone through something that's been difficult. We have that here, the shadow aspect. That's what brought you all together, was the difficulties in your life. You were meant to come together. You were meant to have this journey together so that you guys could lift each other up from the darkness. From the burning depths of hell is what I'm hearing, because you guys are learning how to survive that. It's very beautiful. Okay, so this is what I see for you. If you feel like this is your reading, leave a little flamingo emoji down below and say, with my friends, we are unstoppable, so that Source knows that you're ready to call in this higher vibrational energy. Leave me a thumbs up down below as well, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, though, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful blue agate, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on who are your real friends. Keeping in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing below, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all the links necessary below in the description box, where you can email me for a private reading and I'll get you out further information from there. You may also follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is just a fun, chill hangout session with yours truly. And I do hope to see you there. Also, memberships are now up and live. So if you're wondering about that, if you check out the join button down below where the subscribe button used to be or is, then you click on that. It will show you the levels available and the options that are available for each level. We currently have love drops, love blossoms, and love bloomers available. So I hope to see you over on our memberships channel. And if not, thank you for being here and allowing me your time. So let's get into it and find out more about who are pile number 3's real friend source. What energy, overall energy, can you tell us about them? Who are pile number 3's real friends? Who are pile number 3's real friends? All right, so we've got the first house, Scorpio and Jupiter. All right, so Let me see. Let me get this set up. This is really close today. Hang with me. Okay. Okay. There, okay. Yeah, so we have, these are independent individuals. I'm not sure, I'm not getting the number just yet, but these are independent individuals. People who are about their appearance, their first impression on the world, how they approach life, and how they view the world. Also, they've been given these options of some brand new beginnings in life, right? They can be seen as intimidating, though. Especially the Scorpio energy here, but they are very passionate and driven, sometimes very secretive, wise. They're very determined, very powerful, transformative. They're very truthful, bold, intense. Sometimes they have a lot of endings and beginnings and restructuring of their life, and that might force them into separating their energy from you, okay, or from everybody they know. It's not just you, it's just separating from the collective so that they can come into this place of reflection. They've gone through a lot of growth and abundance. They're very optimistic and outgoing. They're very happy. They may travel a lot, and they're very generous. These are some individuals that are very honest. They hold integrity. They have honor, right? Very happy with the energy that they have. I feel like they're very succinct in like everything that they do. Very quick in getting it out, right? This is how it is, and that's all right. I'm not trying to elongate this energy any more than it has to be. They're intuitive individuals. They walk away from the superficial in life, right? Unorthodox types of jobs, so they don't do the main things that most people do. Let's get some tarot out on it. Who are pile number 3's real friends? I'm hearing 2 or 3. Who are pile number 3's real friends, source? Okay, thank you. Who are pile number 3's real friends? Who are pile number 3's real friends? Whoa, we've got cards going like crazy. They want that one. Okay, thank you. Who are pile number 3's real friends? Thank you, source. One more. Who are pile number 3's real friends? Okay, thank you. Oh, you're getting 4 cards. All right. Strange how it popped out. Yeah, so you might have argued with them. We have 4:44 on the clock. That's incredible. So I hope that you caught the intro. If you didn't, or you might be here from another one of the piles. You could have argued with this person. Could have felt like you went backwards with this person. Or you just felt exhausted by this. So I keep saying this person. I don't know why, but maybe there's only one here. But then suddenly things changed between you two. And there was like a spiritual glow up. And that brought a lot of clarity into this connection. Okay, here we go. And we have... Okay, so we've got the 2 of Cups, the Knight of Swords reversed, the 4 of Swords, and the 2 of Coins, both upright. Yeah, it's definitely somebody... Maybe you tried to have a romantic connection with this person. Yeah, I just got confirmation of that. You're trying to have a romantic connection with this person. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. It was like, nope, neither one of you were ready for what was being asked of the connection. Right, 5:55 on the clock. A lot of synchronicities. Neither one of you were ready. There was a lot of emotional ego, so it could have been when you were much younger here, especially with the Knight coming out. Could have been at a much younger part of your lives where neither of you were ready to give up what it was that you already had to make it work, right? It's like trying to go your way or it was the highway and trying to force that. Like, and that doesn't necessarily have to be you, but it could have been them trying to force their beliefs on you, and in turn that caused you to feel like you had to stand up and defend your beliefs or your direction for life. And it caused a broken heart in the situation. But this, you have to know too, pile 3, that this was happening because this person was feeling the pressure of family and friends. And you could be like, well, that doesn't matter, right? But sometimes when we're younger, let's be honest, that's the only thing that matters. That's it. Is how our friends see us, how our family sees us, how everybody sees us. That's the only thing that matters. And so that was the only thing that mattered to them. And this person was trying to juggle having a connection with you and have a connection with their family. And ultimately, the connection with their family is what won in the end. I feel like it forced you into going and looking in to yourself. And ultimately, it caused that spiritual awakening here, which we see with the Chariot, and we have the Queen of Cups peeking out underneath that. This is Cancerian energy here. You could be a Cancer. They could be a Cancer. You could have a Cancer moon. That's what I just heard. And that's in the house that it's home in its house, right? That's the moon is the Cancerian energy. It's ruled by the moon. And so it's at home in the moon. But I think it's exalted in Pisces. I'm not 100% sure on that. Right? But this is something that was hard for them to deal with. And in turn, it eventually happened and they had to move away. And when they moved away, like, see, here they are moving away from you. It's like you, in turn, learned from this past situation. And it gave you a sense of understanding of yourself and what you wanted and where you wanted to go. So this could be a broken, like a breakup with someone, or like I said, it's like with the Two of Cups here, it's someone that you both tried to love each other, but it just didn't work out. It was like one-sided love. One person was giving way too much and the other person was breadcrumbing. And that caused dissonance between the two of you, where one of you resented the other because they weren't showing up the way that the other was. Okay, so take it as it resonates. If you were the one that wasn't showing up, then own that. If you were the one that was showing up, then own that, right? Energy is fluid. It doesn't necessarily have to be what's on the table is them, but that's what's coming through. It's just showing here that there was somebody in this connection that could not give what it was that the other person wanted. An imbalance, right? And not accepting that that imbalance was okay. Which we see here with the Knight of Swords next to the Two of Cups. Like showing that someone's running away as fast as they can because there's an energy that's coming in of that someone doesn't want to accept that. I can't accept that. Because I know we have this connection. I know that we have this divine connection or whatever. It could be this could be a twin. This could be a soulmate. But it feels like this is somebody who really does want to be your friend and they are your true friend, but it feels like there's a separation here at the same time. And it's interesting that this would come out on this reading because it's like, maybe you came from one of the other piles, right? Maybe you watched all 3 piles, and you all know if you watched all 3 piles, I ask that you leave a purple heart down below. That is reserved for those of you that spend this entire reading with me, which I truly appreciate. But it could have been that it's like that wondering, like, were they ever truly my friend? And especially it's like, were they ever really on my side, or was I just imagining things? That's what it feels like here. It's unsuredness. Like, are they real? Was what we had real? Was I just making it up? Like, was any of that actually going down? And the balance in the situation had to come from the split. It had to, because they had to realize how much energy they were giving to people who were trying to force them into being a certain way. And then you had to realize that that's not somebody that you want in your life, where they're going to put everybody else's opinions above you, right? And I'm not saying that, like, it's just that it's like they're letting everybody else weigh in on the situation, that those people don't have a say in this situation. But it had nothing to do with you personally, right? It's like, this is exactly how this person shows up for everything in life. At one point, they trusted everybody else to make a decision for them. And that's in career and finances and love and school and in life. So it wasn't just you. So when you came into their life, it's not that they didn't care about you. It's just that they couldn't give to you because there was a lot of stuff going on and keeping them from that. And so it was very exhausting. Like, this usually talks about anger and anguish, like emotional anguish, frustration. And they are showing anger here too. It's like, I thought we were moving forward, but in reality, I feel like I just got knocked back. Like, I'm seeing someone put their hand right on a sternum and just like shove as hard as they can. And that's what it felt like. But then there was this change. It feels like isolation. It feels like here they're isolating themselves from the Four of Swords energy, right? The foundation that they'd built around themselves, thinking that that was something that was going to get them where they needed to go. And when they isolated themselves or got themselves into a place of solitude, they were like, oh my gosh, like I see what I was missing out on. And I know some of you are not ready to hear this, or you don't want to hear this, right? And I get that. It's like, well, forget them. They deserve to treat me better. But sometimes the truth is that they really are just showing up exactly as they are in that moment. And they don't know how. And, you know, we've all been there. We've all been in that place where we weren't ready to receive or to give because we weren't grown enough to do so. Life is like, growing is a lifelong journey. Development is a lifelong journey. Acceptance is a lifelong journey. Love is a lifelong journey. We never get to a part where we're just at the best of the best of the best. And the sooner we accept that, the sooner it becomes easier for us on our journey. And that's what it was. It's almost like this situation had to happen for both of you to accept something deeply triggering about yourselves. Let's get some clarifiers out here, Source. Maybe please have some clarifiers for pile number 3. Thank you. Maybe please have some clarifiers for pile number 3 here. Now look, we have the Two of Cups coming out in the upright. And now they want to come in with a gift. So this is someone you could have known from childhood, but this is someone who's also going to bring a childlike energy back into your life. If they haven't already, okay? This could have already played out, but I feel like for a lot of you that it has not, okay? But isn't that interesting? We start with the Two of Cups reversed, and then over here we have the Two of Cups coming out in the upright. On the bottom, we have the World in the reverse. Yeah, and we're talking about here the whole reason that this happened is because of family. You have family here, right? There's a baby being born. You have the mom and the dad over here. It's like you have this idea of the family playing a part in here, and that's what it was. It was like the family didn't want to see that this was something that had potentials with the Ace of Wands here. This is something that had potential. They just thought it was a phase. Okay, what's peeking out over here? We have the Queen of Coins. So stability had to be brought in, and there had to be an ignoring of others' opinions, realizing it was much smaller than how this person was making it out to be. That they were much bigger than what those people were saying about them. They really are your true friend. They have your back. They will be there for you, okay? But they just put themselves in a cage. And isn't it interesting? Look at this cage. It's open. All they have to do is step out, but they didn't see it that way. Right? They didn't see it that way. With the Four of Swords over here, they just couldn't. And the Nine of Swords is like they had to start learning what their red flags and their triggers were when it came to red flags were. And then we have the Strength here in the reverse. Right? That's what they were repressing. That's why they were stuck in this situation. They were repressing this. They were repressing the fact that they were letting everybody else make decisions for them. And so once they felt that, or once they understood that, they saw, oh my gosh, like I gave away the love of my life. Like I gave away somebody that really, really I had deep love for. that you were always giving to them, but they, at this time, they couldn't give to you, and now they want to reciprocate, right? It's like equal give and take here. But it took them learning a very valuable lesson. Like, there's very sweet. This is a very sweet message. This is who your true friend is, right? It might not be somebody that's in your physical world right now, but they're absolutely in your energy. I think this came out in all 3 piles. Maybe not. It definitely came out in another pile, so you could be here from another pile. But we have lightning power here. And they had, like, we have a lot of 2s, right? You have the 2 of cups, the 2 of cups, and the 2 of coins. It's like talking about the duality of life. Without one, there is not the other. And so it's like they had to understand that they had to go through the darkness in order to see the light. But knowing that the darkness still plays its part, like it has to, because we live in a world of contrast. We are in a dualistic world. No, what is underneath this? Look at this. It was peaking. Look, we have celebration and dance, and then we have DNA and karma. And then we have iceberg with submerged. This is what they were in. They were in it deep with their karmic bonds, with their karmic ties, with their karmic lessons. And now they're in a place where they can celebrate that it's okay that I went through those. Like, I can come forward to pile 3 now. It's kind of like a love story of the century. But you are the one that helped force this person to grow, and likewise, they helped force you to grow. Like, it had to happen. Like, what happened between the 2 of you had to happen so that both of you understood more about yourself. So you could move away from the fear. The fear of not having anything, into understanding that everything is just one look away. It's one step away. One wish away, even. Okay, wow, this came out. Let spirit be your guide, hawk spirit. Yeah, so when number 32 appears 5, and 5 is a very uncomfortable place of change. Look at this fly. Are you serious, dude? Like, life and on my hand? Or you just want to be a part of this reading? Have your 2 minutes of fame, huh? Shoot, this fly said, I'm in it. I'm in it. Persistence. Source has been persistent in trying to get you guys back together. That's exactly what that meant. Because flies represent their symbol of persistence. Like, no matter how many times we swat at them, they keep coming back. It's actually when you leave them alone that they go away. Right? It's like Source has just been persistent in making sure you two draw closer together, but there's been a lot of uncomfortable growth in that process. Look, we have Chameleon on the bottom. Act as if. Number 14. 5 again. And then we have 555 at the beginning. I think I mentioned that. So synchronistic. So synchronistic. 5 plays a huge part on the both of your journeys. Look at this. Like, trying to help you find the jewels of your life. Of each other. And knowing that you belong to each other too. Right? But it's not like even a belonging. It's like just this knowing that you're meant to be in each other's lives. House 12 on the bottom. Spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. Exactly. This is something you're transcending. This is something they're transcending. Healing the karma. And coming into this place of understanding your spiritual journey together. What a powerful reading already. So let's take a look at the shadow aspect that's coming here for pile number 3, Source. Can we please have a shadow card to talk about the shadow aspect that's being brought through here? Okay, thank you. Like, we have needs on the bottom. If emotional needs aren't being met, it's time to reassess. Touch is important too. That's what it feels like. You had to leave because your needs weren't being met. Their needs weren't being met. Look at this synchronicity. On the bottom of my angel deck is this one. I haven't shuffled it yet. But look at them. They're both hugging themselves. So this person wasn't giving you what you needed physically. They just weren't there physically. Okay, thank you. Okay, they want this one first. Cycles. with hair spirit, or with hair. And we have number 4 up here with 31 numerology. We have 4. So this was something that was definitely unfoundational. There's nothing to stand upon. It was being washed out as you were standing there. The whole floor was being washed away, and so it was nothing that either one of you could stand on. So you both had to separate so that you could find solid foundations and come together and build an even bigger foundation together, right? Yeah, there was something about unfolding. Having to go through Lotus is so symbolic for that, because they have to grow through the mud and the muck and the yuckiness, and then they sit on top of the pond is this beautiful flower that opens to the sun. You both had to go through the darkness in order to find the light. And it feels like both of you pushed each other into the darkness. It wasn't something that you meant to do. It's just something that happened. Look, we have the sun, self-express and embody truth. Yeah. To bring the light, to bring the sun. And Neptune, dream and transcend. This is something that is beyond this realm. You all have a connection that's beyond this realm. So you could have spent multiple lifetimes together if you believe in that. You could also have just like that type of connection that is, it's just not very often that it comes around. But it's showing that you two are already entwined in the spiritual level, and that's why they're in your energy, and it's coming. They're coming. Omega, victory, your desires coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. Yeah, they're coming. They're going to come forward and say something. Let's take a look at the shadow. Secrets. Someone isn't telling the whole story. You have to be willing to both say and hear the truth. Yeah, so there's a lot of secrets between you. We do see that with the Scorpio energy coming through as well. So let's go ahead and look at your bird message and find out what it says. We have the resplendent Quetzal. I think that's how you say that. With uncover the deity within. Yeah, very, very spiritual connection that you two have. Very. I think this is... Let's just read it, because I don't remember the name of the god. That it's something Quetzal, but I can't remember the name of the god. Okay. 47. Oh, it was right there. Hold on. Come back. Come back, homie. Come back. Okay, here we go. Alright. Put this up so it says... Yeah, here we go. The Aztec deity, Quetzalcoatl, savior of humankind, braved the perils of the terrible underworld Mictlan, to retrieve the last slither of humanity's bones so that they might again populate Earth. Not only does this puissant god bear resplendent Quetzal's name, but he also dresses his magnificent, sinuous serpent's body in his feathers, so he too might fly and be master of sky and earth and wind and rain. Quetzal shimmers in the forest green's coolness. His feathers, more valued by the Aztecs than gold, outglitter the most faceted emerald, and like Quetzalcoatl himself, he conceals himself from curious eyes. If he is chosen to reveal himself in your cards, it is asking you to seek the divine within, to turn from the world's cruel glitter to the spirit that shines brighter than the sun within your heart, and to the god or goddess that inhabits your innermost being. So, the sun that shines brighter than your heart, the deity within, right? Like, that's what I was saying. Like, this is something that's on a whole nother level. This feels very spiritual to me. And this card just totally, it confirmed that. 2552 on the clock. Like, it's just really showing that you guys have something that's outside of this world. And the only way to bring it together is by going within. So you're already within each other's energy. But there's still that healing that needs to be done so that you can bring yourselves up into that higher vibrational energy with Neptune coming through here. Okay? I love this. I loved your reading. I'm so glad you were number 3. Okay, so if you did make it through all 3 piles, leave a little purple heart down below. You don't have to say anything else, or you can say, I made it. I just appreciate that. And if you feel like this is your reading, leave a little unicorn emoji below and say, I connect with my inner god or goddess so that I may become the light that I'm meant to be. And that way, then you let source know that you're ready to bring in this beautiful energy. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, though, and get on out of here. Leave me a thumbs up down below, too. But with that being said, I want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together to give us this beautiful message. And until next time, pile number 3, stay human. Bye.